We are live. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. We are glad to be here for another live with you guys. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Like I mentioned, I hope you guys are having a great day and a great start to your week. Um, what a fun weekend this was, right? For everybody, at least for me, it was. I know that. But I hope you guys had a great weekend. Um, very fast, very quick. I want to say, everyone, I'm glad if you did join the podcast. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But who, in right now on this live jumped on the podcast and watched the podcast? Why are you guys looking at me that way?
You're so echoey right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Wonder why. I didn't change anything. I didn't even turn it off this time, so I have no idea. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. Still?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know what it is. I apologize. But I hope you guys. Hopefully we can fix it. But in the meantime, yes, we are live. It's another Tuesday. We just finished our first live of the day over on our YouTube channel and our Facebook group, and we use the engraving.
Let's test something. Do we both sound echoey or just Danny? Let us know.
Let's see what the people say. Yeah, so we just finished our first live on Facebook, and it's both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, huh? And it was fine on the first one, right?
It was.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not doing it on TikTok.
Not on TikTok, so
That's
it's just
how I was
Instagram.
listening to it.
Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. Do we need to go back in and back out? Maybe just to restart it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. So producer says to keep going, so we're gonna keep going. Show must go on. Anyways,
I'm not
yes.
stalling.
So we just finished, like I said earlier, our first live, and we engraved on a 12-ounce powder coated wine tumbler. It was requested actually this past weekend. Someone messaged us and said, "Hey, do you guys have a how-to engrave on a 12-ounce?" And we're like, you know what? We actually don't. So that's what ahead, and that's what we did on the first live. So if you missed it, go over to the Facebook group and watch it there or on YouTube. This live is going to be with Sam. Sam's going to be crafting with some resin, some salad and go,
Wow.
lemonade, and some wood barks. So it should be should be a little interesting. So feliz martes, espero que todos estén bien y que se encuentren sin novedad. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros otro martes. Sam va a empezar con un proyecto en un poquito. Si se perdieron el primer live de nosotros, estamos en el grupo de Facebook y hicimos una engravado usando el vaso de wine de 12 onzas. Si se lo perdieron, pueden ir a verlo otra vez en el grupo de Facebook o in YouTube. And right away, I'm saying happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Actually, yesterday, Sam was sharing all the comments or messages we were receiving because, yes, my birthday was this past weekend on Sunday. And so thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for all the support and the love. And thank you guys. JIC, man, thank you very much. And I don't know who else that one. I can't really see that far. But it says, oh, yes, I am.
So you got Jasmine and Jeffrey wishing you happy birthdays. And Jasmine, I will say,
thank you.
Not only did she wish you happy birthday, but she reshared your story and made you new graphics.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Again,
you have to thank her in Spanish.
Gracias. No, sí, la verdad, gracias por todos ¿cómo se dice? De cumpleaños, las wishes. I didn't even think como, todos los que me mandaron mensaje ayer, muchas gracias, todo lo aprecio mucho y es un orgullo y no sé, es algo muy, no sé cómo explicarlo, pero hasta me quitan las palabras. Deseos, sí, todos los deseos. Gracias, lo aprecio a todos ustedes que ayer nos mandaron, que me mandaron mensajes, lo aprecio y gracias, muchas gracias otra vez. Espero que, pues primeramente Dios, no sea el último, pero que me dé muchos años más. But again, thank you guys for everything. Yes, Jesse.
So we had a few people on TikTok. Cynthia said hello.
Hey, Cynthia.
Air Designs joined us. And then Lydia Blue Design said, can't wait to use some MakerFlo products in the collab with the Auntie Tay mystery box.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I saw those going out.
I saw those.
We saw Amanda said, hello from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's in the house. Hello. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it. But yes, we are going to be doing. Sam's going to be doing a project. I'm like all over the place right now. I feel like I don't understand why. But I'm sorry. Do I still sound echoey? By the way,
No.
no, not anymore.
That sounds better.
Okay, great, awesome.
And for the record, most of them didn't hear it. It was just some weird juju going on in here for some reason.
Oh, okay, good,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
That's what it seems
feel,
like.
okay, I feel a lot better than that because cool. I'm
Yeah, I'm
glad.
really not sure what that was.
That's totally
Cucuy.
fine. I was like, el cucuy was
Or
messing
someone
with
that's just coming to haunt us. Every
it. So you do understand Spanish. um, so anyways, again we appreciate you guys. We are glad you guys are here. We will get to the crafting part eventually, but again, I just want to mention if you guys were part of the last Thursday, we launched our second episode of the podcast, and by the raise of hands, who was in there, and if you watched it, or if you haven't watched it, please make sure you go and watch it on YouTube or on our Facebook group. I believe it's both places you can watch it there. Or I don't think they're there yet, but they will be on Spotify and on iTunes in a bit. But go watch it. It's a lot of information, a lot of great information. The guys shared a lot of knowledge, a lot of how where to, what's the cons, the pros, the cons. It was a lot of information. So again, if you didn't watch it, please go watch it again, and make sure you subscribe to it as well because you don't want to miss any of the other episodes because they're going to be great. The last two have been awesome. So we're just getting started. We're going to set the bar higher from now on. So yes, Sam.
So Justin 49er said thanks for the birthday email. So I'm thinking it was his birthday recently too.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday. What day was your birthday? What else was it? Yes, what's up?
And Ashley said, "Get it together, Danny."
I know. I'm all over the place. Yes, I know. I need to get it together. But yeah. So no sé si oyeron o ya oyeron el nuevo episodio del podcast que tenemos. Si no lo han oído, vayan a verlo. Está en Facebook y en YouTube con mucha información, muchos datos que pueden ayudar a todos nosotros aquí en esta comunidad. So vayan a verlo, no se lo pierdan. And yeah, what's up?
Carrie said, hi, Sam, Danny, and Jesse.
Hey, Carrie.
Hello,
And
hi,
then,
Carrie.
Fabulous Fine said, MakerFlo is the GOAT.
Hey.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. We'll take that. We appreciate all the support. Again, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do the shenanigans when we're on Tuesday and stuff. So thank you guys for the support, and we enjoy you guys, and we enjoy being here on Tuesdays. I think I am done. I don't know what else. Yeah, I can't, like I said, I'm like a little bit all over the place. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let Sam start crafting, and yeah, enjoy, guys. And along the way, if you guys have any questions, si tienen preguntas, make sure you guys ask. And I'll take this one off.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm hoping that everyone knows the buzzwords and is all ready to go with that, because I'm not gonna say the buzzword yet. But I will say it has something to do. Man, I got this stuck to the table. I will say that it has something to do with what we're crafting today. So I can't say it yet. Once they have shown their faces, then we can go ahead and talk more about the buzzwords. But for now, know that we're doing some cross crafting, if you will. That's what we'll call it instead of what it is. Okay, so firstly, I have these little guys here. So who knows what these are? Let me know. When you get it, it's gonna look like this. It won't look like the ghosty guy. So this is a medium size. This is a small size. Let me know if you know what these are. All right. While you're thinking about that, I'll give you guys some time to go ahead and put it in the comments. But we'll be working with these today. These guys are pretty cool. Like I said, they come in 2 different sizes. Lots of things you can do with these. I've seen people get really creative with these, even go so far as to make a cutting board and put little notches in the cutting board and fill them with the coasters and just get really ornate with it. So there's definitely things you can do with these, but I don't see anybody guessing, so I'll just tell you, these are our wood bark slices. So we have these on the site in both the small size, the medium size. The small comes in a pack of 50, and these larger ones come in a pack of 25. So these small ones make really great ornaments. They can also double as coasters, just depending on how big they are. They are all real wood slices, so they're going to vary in size, color, and just the way they look in general. So really great for smaller projects where you don't need a whole set of identical things. So let's say you're making Christmas ornaments with the family. Let's say you're making Halloween ornaments, Halloween decorations. perfect for that. Yes, Jesse.
So Justin said his birthday is today, so happy birthday, Justin.
Hey, happy birthday, Justin. That's awesome. Glad we caught you.
Vivian said coasters question mark.
Yes. So basically, but yeah, so they're wood bark slices, technically, is what they're called. I will tell you, and I don't have it with me, but the packs that we sell do come with a hand drill. When I say hand drill, it's very manually a drill. So you can use it technically to make holes. I thought about doing it here. I don't think I have the time for that. So if you need to just do like one little drill or a couple little holes here and there, that works perfect for it. Otherwise, I'd say get yourself a drill, and then you can make so many different ornaments with these. Yeah. So what we did, yes. Oh, I do. So what we did, basically, if for those of you who caught it on the last live, we were actually working with the Xtool Ultra. So with the Ultra, we did some cool stuff. We engraved on a wine tumbler, and while that was happening, I waited, and then I engraved these little coasters. So these are just a little design, like a spooky little design I got from Creative Fabrica, because Summerween is here. Basically, it's coming up, so why not get ready? So I made these cool little spooky ghosts, and then we're gonna use some glow in the dark powder. We're gonna use some alcohol inks. We're gonna use some UV resin, and we're gonna use some fairy dust to make this a cute little coaster for Halloween. So we got a lot of fun little ingredients here to work together and make something truly awesome. So we'll start with this, and then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and work on these little guys, and we'll make something fun with that using our Yono markers. So right now, I think we just have the neon on the site, but hopefully the other colors will be coming back soon. So that's what we're gonna do today. Yes, Jesse.
Lolly Shirt said hi, Sam.
Hey, how's it going?
Ashley said that's so cute. And
Thank you.
She's ready for fall and Halloween.
Right.
And then Belgica said, hey, friends.
Hey, Belgica, good to see you. And it's Belgica, I believe. Yes, sorry. I remember. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you all for being here. And Ashley, I knew you would love this. Who isn't ready for the booze, right? So here we go. We're gonna have some Halloween fun with this. Danny, you got your arm raised? Do you have a question?
I got both of them.
Oh, you're ready for Halloween.
Yes.
All right, cool. So what I want to do first is looking at these designs, I know right away that I want to go ahead and I want to just make the ghost like a glow in the dark. And I want to add a little bit of this rainbow alcohol ink. And then I'm just going to fill in everything else with resin. So we're not going to get super complicated with this. One thing about making stuff like this for little markets, when they're this custom, this handmade, you don't want to spend too much time on it, because think about it, like you're going to want to consider your cost, your time, and how much you're actually going to get for something like this. So we don't want to put too much work into it. We just want to make it look cool. Yes, Jesse.
Lydia Blue Design said heat pen question mark on TikTok.
Heat pen.
I'm not sure. I don't know if you had referenced the heat pen, or I'm not sure.
I talk fast. Maybe I said something that sounded like heat pen.
What are you referring to,
but
Lydia?
that is not
Should
my
use a heat
intention.
pen?
Oh, maybe like instead of engraving? Maybe she's talking about that?
Maybe.
Because we've tried that, and
that,
we weren't good at it. But other people, I'm sure.
Yeah, it wasn't a success. I could say.
Not for us. But we were able to burn the wood. So, I mean, in some ways we were successful. But as far as making something noticeable, recognizable, no. The engraving was done on the Ultra for this, actually. So I would be highly, honored or humbled if someone thought I could do this with that pen. But yeah, no, I didn't.
You could
So
do it with the pen,
She
Sam.
carved it.
that's the truth.
Detail. She
Okay.
carved every single
So-
detail on that wood.
So I'm going to use one of my little silicone bowls. I'm just cleaning this little out from the last time I used it. Perfect. But we're going to go ahead and we'll put a little resin in here, and we'll put some glow in the dark powder. Yes, Jesse.
So Fabulous Fine said, hi, Sam. It's VS Rhinestones.
Hey, it's
That was her.
that's Veronica.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, that's our old friend Veronica. She's amazing. We've done really cool stuff with her. What are you up to these days? It's good to see you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my little gloves on. That way I don't get resin on my hands. A lot of people will just go ahead and work with it without, but better safe than sorry. So we always recommend to use your proper protective gear. So we'll go ahead and we'll put a little bit of this into our silicone bowl. I am using our own UV resin. This stuff is pretty awesome. I'm a big fan. We're not making, basically, we're not putting a whole lot of this on either because we just want to put it where the ghosts are, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pour it about halfway full. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this glow powder. For those of you who haven't used our Firefly glow in the dark powder, this stuff, when I say it glows, it glows. I will leave it close to the UV lamp so you guys can really see it activated. You don't need a whole lot of it, so I just poured some in. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. So I am using our silicone wand that you find on the site and our silicone bowl. These guys are both perfect for crafting with UV resin because of their little silicone pieces. You can just cure them, clean them, and keep using them. So these are really awesome. Yeah, I think that consistency looks pretty good. I don't really see any bumps in here. Now, because I want my ghost to be extra special, I'm going to add a little bit of this rainbow alcohol ink. This is one of the products we carry from Marabou. So we'll go and just put a little bit of that in there. And then I don't know if you guys can see how it instantly starts to sparkle, but that's pretty cool. Let's see. You guys can see that a little bit?
Just a bit of it, yeah.
Awesome. So now we're going to mix that up. It's still pretty sparkly. You guys see that now? That's pretty cool. All right, so we'll use that, and we're going to go ahead and just put it where the ghosts are. Yes, Jesse?
So our friend Karen, TKC, said she's ready for fall weather as well. She's melting.
Yeah, same, Karen.
And Ashley said glow in the dark is clutch for the Halloween design.
Right? And I love how with this glow in the dark powder, you really don't need a lot. I want to say we've had the 2 small containers of this here for probably the last couple of years, and we haven't been able to go through nearly half of either. So definitely go a long way. Now I did just pour a little bit on the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and spread it with my wand because I don't want it to overflow the little ghost area that I want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and push it along and kind of help it spread itself evenly. And then we'll cure this, and then we'll add some regular resin to the rest of it and kind of fill it in. Now, there's more you can do with this. You can definitely use your markers too and kind of color other things in, but I just wanted to make the ghost glow in the dark and make that part really stick out. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, and then let me know if you guys have questions as we're going. I am just kind of staring at my coasters, so let me know if you guys have any questions along the way. So you're looking pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and spread out this one. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can always, like I said, color in the different areas first too. I just wanted to give this something to make it a little extra special. And that way, if you're working like, say, a night market, something like that, you have your little UV light handy, you can really show the glow action. So people will get a kick out of that for sure. Who out there has already used the glow powder? Let me know. I'm curious to see how many people were aware and who's been using it. But yeah, these are looking pretty good so far. I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit more from here. And again, I don't want to overfill, so I just kind of pour in the middle and then use my wand to guide it where I want it to go.
And then Karina Carrier's design said she loves it. And Veronica said doing shirts and MakerFlo 40 ounces. It's going well.
Awesome. Glad to hear it, Veronica. And thank you for being here, Karina. We appreciate you. I am working on that flyer for you, by the way. I just emailed you a little bit ago, so go ahead and reach back out when you're ready, but I have it about a third of the way done, I would say, confidently. All right, I think that one looks good.
All right, and then we actually have a guest. Let's see who it is.
Is it Jesse?
It might be Jesse. It might be, yeah.
Hey, I hear something.
It's Jesse's best friend.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Oh, hello. You guys already jumping into the fall season here? Are those pumpkins on that guy?
So it's a little spooky, cute ghost, and he's holding some pumpkins, yes, but we're making him glow in the dark with some rainbow alcohol ink. So I'm about to light it with that UV light right now. We're going to see what it does, but Tell us about what's going on, Mark. You got any new surprises for us?
Oh, there it is.
I don't
Karen,
have any
please,
surprises. What's that? Yeah, well, I guess the confirmation of the 20-ounce skinnies are on the way. It's officially, I have video and photo proof of the skinnies in the container on the way. So that's pretty exciting.
Awesome. That's really cool. A lot of people have been asking about the skinnies too. We literally just got off a call where they were talking about them.
It's been a long time. We kind of miss those things around here, you know? I do have an updated sample for the burger set if anyone's getting hungry.
Ooh. Look at that. Who has seen this yet? Do you guys know what this is? Who likes smash burgers is what I'll say.
Okay, so like hypothetically, when do we get to test it?
With a grill.
I want to try with the grill. Absolutely.
Sergio told me he wants to grill for us.
So yeah, it's exciting to get the final sample of the burger set. So this is going to go into production, and John and I are going to be actually going to China soon, and we're going to probably be able to see this getting finalized in the factory and stuff. So we're excited to go see how they're made and kind of play around in the factory and stuff too.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's the other big news. John and I are hitting the air to China. So some exciting stuff will hopefully be happening over there. New products we'll be working on and stuff. So
You get a grill from China?
That's awesome. I know that a lot of people have been asking about kind of the products you guys come up with. What basically, where do you guys get the ideas? Like, what leads you down the path to, you know what, we need a burger grill set? Like, what's the thought process?
I think that one's a little bit of a personal passion of mine, just liking burgers and, the rage with the smash burgers and all the restaurants getting popped up. But it's our goal to kind of make them different, like you can obviously go on Amazon and buy a smash burger piece, but we want to put it all together to make it, all inclusive for a starter set that you don't have to go, pick and choose everything online and put it together yourself. Well, that's our goal, is to put it together for you in the right packaging, just to make it easier for your gifting, to your clients, to really wow your customers and have it all a one-stop, item.
That's awesome. Jesse, I think we got a question.
Yeah, so Barbara from TikTok wanted to know what part of China you guys are going to.
We're going to be all over the place. So we're going to fly into Shenzhen, and then we leave out of Shanghai. So everything from Shenzhen, which is kind of on the southeast, to Shanghai, which is kind of on the west ocean side, where the kind of containers leave and stuff. There's going to be probably like 5 or 6 different major cities we go to have in-person meetings with our factories and just get to know them better and establish those relationships, and then really understand, how the products are made, how we can improve them, any new materials that are out there that's important to us, and just overall just developing new things that haven't been seen before.
That's awesome. Jesse, we have another one?
Yeah, so Barbara as well, same person.
Follow up.
She's very familiar with that area. And then I know this is kind of an open-ended question. You probably won't be able to get deep into the details, but she wanted to know how the tariffs are affecting you or affecting us.
Yeah, so the tariffs, for the last few months, they've been at an additional 30%. So that has affected, the most recent containers that, MakerFlo has received. So we've been kind of on a, progression of increasing prices as those new products come in. We've kind of been using this like averaging out method. So taking like our current stock and our new stock and then blending those tariffs together to come up with new prices. That way it's not such a instant hit of such a steep increase. But the future is unknown with that. We're not really sure what's going to happen here in the future with negotiations, if it's going to go up or down. So that's kind of, we're just doing that blending method of prices so it doesn't jump too drastic up or down.
And I think you guys made, like, there's a section, I want to say, on the site as well that kind of talks about like the tariffs and like how we're mitigating those prices and how we handle them as well, right?
Yep. Yeah, there's a page on our website that talks about those tariffs and stuff. So you can always jump over there to get more information and for that.
But yeah, that was a great question. I think we hit him with a hard one today. Anything else you wanted to share, Mark, before we come up with some even tougher questions?
No, those are really good questions. So yeah, I don't have anything else for you guys, but if there's any more questions, let me know.
You've seen the podcast.
I will say that we are trying some new things with the podcast. So if you guys have been loving what Mark and John have been doing so far, we want to keep that ball rolling. We're going to keep coming up with new stuff. You guys are going to see a lot more from these guys. And we've got some big surprises coming up for you. I think that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Podcast. Next one will be in a few weeks, in about 3 weeks or so. So make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube channel or check us out on Apple Podcasts. And we're dropping a lot of good insights on the industry and knowledge that John and I have from our previous businesses and how we've won and how we've failed as well. So we don't mind talking about the failures which led us into success. So that's the stuff we'll be talking about maybe on the next one.
And sometimes they make the best stories. So
That's true. Yeah, good stories as well.
Well, thank you again, Mark. We really appreciate you being here. Everybody, let's throw some hands in the air for Mark, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really great to hear from Mark. Hopefully you guys enjoy getting to speak to the owners. I don't think there's any other company that's doing anything like that where you can literally just jump on and be like, hey, how about them tariffs? And one of the owners is going to talk to you about it. So it's really cool that they're willing to put themselves out there like that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Let's hear it in the chats if you are. And you'll hear more from us soon on that front. So there we go. Look at that. Okay, cool. So while that was happening, we did go ahead and we just cured these little guys. So see how just my little ghosties have some pigment to them now? Now that is a glow-in-the-dark powder, so that's really going to shine under the UV light. Let's see if I can get it to shine just so you guys can kind of see it. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up to where... No, we won't be able to see it in here just because it's so bright. We'll maybe do some before and after photos when we do the cover photo for you guys. But just to give you guys kind of an idea of how kind of bright it gets, that's that glow powder. So it was white a second ago. Now it's like a bright green. But yeah, so that's going to be really nice and glowy for us. We're going to go ahead and just finish coating these real quick. And then we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the next style of this mixed media, which is the buzzword of the day. Who was the winner today, Jesse?
Karen.
Good job, Karen. Awesome. So yeah, so if you guys don't know about the buzzword or that came on and you guys were confused as to what was going on, just so you know, we do this basically every week. Whenever you see Mark or John join on the live, be the first one to say the buzzword, and you will win 500 Flow rewards. So we've been giving those out pretty regularly. What's nice about that is we do switch up the winner. Basically, if you won once, you can't win again that month. So we wanted to make it fair for everyone. That way, no one is just keeping all the lives to themselves. So share the love, guys. Let your crafting friends know that this is something we do. I want to say that the 500 gets you to boss status by just the points itself. So if you don't know what that is, make sure you have a MakerFlo account. Check out those rewards. And trust me, you want to be a boss. So good discounts there for you. All right, cool. So I'm going to keep kind of going through here. Now I am just filling in the rest of the coaster. I want the whole thing to be resined. That way, when someone uses it as a coaster, it won't sweat into the wood. It'll just kind of wipe right off, just like a good resin coaster would. So we're going to go ahead and just fill all this in. And then we'll move on to our next one, and we'll use some marker on it and see how that goes. And I'm going to fill in these little eyeballs real quick, make sure I get this whole thing nice and saturated. One thing I will tell you is with the first layer of resin that you're doing on the wood, you will notice that a lot of it gets absorbed into the wood. And that's totally normal. It's porous. That's going to happen. So you really just need to give it some time to really settle in before you cure it. So we're going to go ahead and give that a second, and then let's finish spreading out the other one. The reason why I want to give it some time is, again, it's going to seep into the wood a little bit. So you want to make sure that it's still fully coated by the time you cure it and you don't have like any unevenness going on. So we're just going to make sure that this is right where we want it to be. Okay. All right. And then were there any other comments or anything about the visit or how the glow in the dark is working?
No, your mom said it's super cute. Karen said thank you.
Absolutely.
And that's it so far.
Awesome.
Barbara said thank you as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just let us know. And yeah, we'll be hearing more from those guys soon. Hopefully, you're enjoying the whole group here. We really like to kind of make it a collaborative effort where everyone is kind of involved as much as possible. All right, so I think this one needs a little bit more resin. This one looks like it's doing pretty well. So we'll go ahead and just put a little bit on this first one we did. And then we'll give these guys a good cure. Okay. Now with the slices, again, because that wood is going to absorb so much resin, I usually just give it a good amount of time under the lamp to cure. That way they are definitely nice and solid and they're not going to be sticky. So we'll go ahead and just really spread this out, make sure it's nice and even. Awesome. Cool, it's looking good so far. I think I need just a little bit more resin still on this one. So we'll do just a little bit more. Cool. That ought to do it. Okay, so I'm going to give that just some time to settle. Another reason why you want to wait before curing it right away is because the resin is self-leveling. So if there are any bubbles, anything like that, they will rise and pop on their own. You just need to give them some time. So we'll be patient and we'll go ahead and just give it a minute to really seep in and level out. Now, if you're not patient, you can also use like a torch or a heat gun, anything like that'll work too, and just kind of heat up the resin a little bit.
Our friend Catherine, CCC, jumped in, said hello, and said that's cute, Sam.
Hi, Catherine. How's it going? And thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a cute little guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and cure this now. I like the way this looks. And yeah, we'll go ahead and just cure it. I'm going to keep this kind of nearby because I want that to get cured as well. And here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop that right over the middle. I am using our UV lamp from MakerFlo. And I'm curing it for 180 seconds just to give it a little extra time. So we'll go ahead and let that do its thing. Now, while that's curing, let's talk about these other little guys. Now, these are very small, but these could still work as coasters. Like they might be perfect for wine glasses, for those skinnier drinks, things like that. This could still definitely work. So with these, since they're so small, I think I'm just going to make these eyeballs. So I have my Yono markers here. So I'm going to go ahead and just make some fun designs on here. Now, I'm not super artistic, so I'm actually going to use a lot of the rings of the actual wood coaster itself to kind of help me out on my path. So it's really up to you. You can also use like decals, you can use stickers, you can use UV DTF, anything like that. You can also work here, but we're just going to go ahead and draw on it a little bit. So let me go ahead and get some markers out. Let me see what fine markers I have. Okay. I'm gonna pull out my black marker. Let's do a blue eye and a green eye. Let's make them funky and scary for Halloween. And then we'll do maybe some whites. Okay. And yellow. Okay. So I've got all my markers that I might use. I'll keep this red one just in case. And then, yeah. So this is still curing underneath. Looks like we've got about 80 seconds left on that. So just a little bit more time, but it's looking really cool. I wish you guys could see the glowing that is happening underneath. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Okay. They need to glow more, so we'll give them some time. But yeah, so something like that, like just that little ghost is really gonna pop, look really cool. Be great for your night markets, things like that. So definitely a neat little kind of unique thing that didn't take us long to do at all. So now let's go and get our markers ready. With the Yonos, you do need to shake them a bit before you use them. So we'll just go ahead and get these ready to go. And then once these are ready, then we'll start drawing. Now with this, we can definitely still incorporate the things that we were doing before. We still have our glow-in-the-dark powder. We still have some glitter to use. We still have this alcohol ink. We don't have to use all these things, but we can. They're just options in our tool chest, basically. So I'm going to go ahead and give this its last 20 seconds because I want to just focus on these guys and let them lay nice and flat when we start. And then we'll move on to that. So we'll do that in just a moment. I do like to peek. So they are, oh, they're already dry. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll just pull this away. Check that out. Look at those shiny ghosts. That's pretty neat. Okay, so the glow will go down. It's totally normal. It's very bright in here, so I'm surprised we got it to glow at all. But yeah, those are those, and yeah, they already feel really good. Awesome. So we'll just leave those on the side. I might just keep letting them cure because why not? And yeah, let's work on these little guys now. Okay. So first, we need to decide how we want these eyeballs to look. I think sideways like that so they're more oval. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start from the center and just start drawing some lines around some of these little circles. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let's just trace some of it like that, and then create a little spiral. So I'm just following the lines on the bark slice mostly. It is, real wood, so some of these lines don't really go in a perfect spiral, but that's okay. We're just using them as kind of a tool to get started. So we'll go ahead and we'll just mostly trace around and around until it kind of makes sense or goes for the aesthetic that we're looking for. I'm going to keep going around until I get to the edges. And you can always start with finer markers as well, thicker markers. It's really up to you how you want this to go. I just want to make some creepy, spooky eyeballs that'll go with my Halloween coasters. That's what we're looking for here. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and just circle in this little dot in the center. Perfect. Okay, so that's the start of one. Let me bring it up so you can kind of see it. So I've just kind of really added to the spiral. So we don't look like too much yet. This is just kind of the start of it. Let's do the same thing to the other one. And again, if the lines aren't perfect or they aren't perfectly there, that's okay. You're kind of just using them as a guide. You don't need them to be perfect. You can go around and just kind of attempt to match up your marker to the lines. This almost kind of reminds me of I don't know how many of you watched, like those MTV cartoons like Daria, but this totally reminds me of Six Sad World. The little logo for that. But yeah, it's just something creative, something a little different. Really kind of will set you apart versus other people that are making things that are, easily reproduced or just kind of printed out outright. This is going to set you apart from that. All right, and then we'll go around. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the same thing where I create a little dot in the center for the iris. So let's say right here. Okay. All right, so we've got our two little spirals that we started. Now we're going to go ahead and add some more color to them. All right, what do we think so far? And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this per se. This is just kind of how you want it to be done. Next one I'm going to go in with is actually going to be the white marker. I want to go ahead and create a little highlight to where the eyeball would be. So I'm going to go ahead and just go right above my little black dot and add a white one. So that you can kind of see it.
Yeah, you can see it on there.
Okay, cool. And then we'll go ahead and we'll add, the next color I'm going to do is yellow because I want these to look like creepy eyes. So we want them to look almost like a little bloodshot, right? They're Halloween style eyes. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to leave the inner circles for a color. And I'm just going to go around and add a little bit of yellow in between where the black was. You do want to kind of be careful to stay in the lines so you're not painting over the black. But you can if you need to. Okay. So now we have a creepy yellow eye, right? All right, so next thing we're going to add to here is we want to add a little bit of color. But first, let's get the other one to match because we want to go one step at a time. So I'm basically ignoring the first three sets of lines, and I'm coloring in after that. All right. I think I want to get a little bit wider on this one to match. Awesome. Okay. Now we want to go ahead and add some color. So we've got the outline of our eyes. We've got the center focal point. Now let's add a little bit of color to these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do one of them blue, one of them green. So I'm just going to go around the center.
Joanne sent us a rose. Thank you for the rose.
Hey, Joanne, thank you for that. Let's see. Should we add more? Does that look like enough? That's pretty cool. It became an eyeball real quick, right? Jesse doesn't believe me.
What?
All right, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. But with green.
Cynthia said more.
More. Okay, that's fair. Let's do a little bit more of that blue. I think that's good. All right. So now we have one blue eye, one green eye, perfect little spooky eyeball coasters. Next thing we can do, what else do eyes look like when they're creepy? They usually have red in them somewhere, right? Let's maybe add red to these outer circles. So where I stopped with the yellow, I'm going to go with red. Okay. So yeah, so that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one. And then the next thing we're going to do is a couple layers of resin over it to really make sure that this is going to last through those beverages that get put on it.
So Ashley said the lines give a Tim Burton vibe.
Right?
And then Karina said those are ET eyes.
Yeah, thank you. I think Karina saw my story. She knows what happened here and where the inspiration came from. But yeah, I mean, and just for the record, guys, that coaster sold. So first outing, it sold. People like the weird and creepy things sometimes. It can be what sets you apart. Okay, cool. So these are done. These are my spooky eyeballs. They look pretty spooky, right? What do we think? Yeah? All right. Cool. So now we're going to go ahead and coat them in resin. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I think this red needs to be redder. So let's go ahead and just do this a little bit more, and then we'll pour the resin on it. Yeah, there we go. I will say too, like if you guys have something coming up and you need to make, a bunch of these consistently, you can always print out little stickers too, decals, things like that. But you can definitely make these really custom and really cute pretty easily. So yeah, cool. Yeah, that works. Great. Now, let's go ahead and add a little bit of resin to them. For this one, I'm going to do just regular resin. This is going to be the layer that I want just to soak into the wood. So this is going to be a thin layer that I do here. We'll go ahead and just kind of spread that out in just a moment.
And then your mom said they look nice as well.
Thank you, Mother. Awesome. Okay, so I am just spreading a bit of resin over. Again, this is going to be what kind of gets soaked in. So this is just like your first coat. So this is what I want to use just to level the playing field. Let's see how these came out. Yeah, these are great. So these little ghosties are nice and done, totally cured. Just leave those guys on the side. And then maybe we'll show you a fun little glow kind of image some point later on with the little cover photo or something. We'll try that for you. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and spread the resin over the coasters. And again, these can also be ornaments. I know a lot of people do Christmas trees, but I don't think you guys are aware of just how many people do Halloween trees as well. So those are another fun little kind of ornament that you can add, or another little small item you can add to your collection to have just more variety of things. Also, just having, some things with lower price points too will really help you out in markets like that. Perfect. That's actually looking really good. We'll go ahead and leave that as is. Let that really seep in for a second. And I'm doing the same thing with the other one. Okay. If it drips over the edge, that's okay. You can always either just trim it off later, sand it, whatever you really need to do. But it's not the end of the world. You just want to be a little careful while you're pouring. Yeah, these are looking great. Okay, cool. So I'm going to give that just a second to kind of level out. It looks a little wavy to me. So yeah, there's a little bubble that just popped. So we want to just give it some time to do its thing. It's really satisfying when you see the bubbles and you kind of watch them pop. So just know that if you're patient, they will rise and pop on their own. So we'll just give that a second. But while that is sitting, yes, Jesse, you have a question.
Not a question, but Cynthia said, I've seen all year round trees, just change the themes.
That's what I mean, right? Like it can be, there's no need to end the holiday tree celebration. There can be holidays, decorations for everything. And if you're making them, there really can be decorations for everything. All right, so we gave it about 30 seconds. This looks pretty smooth. We'll go ahead and cure it. So with these, again, with the wood bark slices, I like to give them a full 180 seconds just because that wood does really absorb the UV resin. So we want to give it some more time to dry. So we'll go ahead and let that cure. While that's curing, I'm just going to put my markers away. I will say you can also do like a glitter background. You can do little Christmassy ornaments, things like that. And you can even like write like a year or a name, initials, things like that. But there's no end to how custom you can make these. It's really cool. Yeah. All right, so we're going to give that just a little bit more time. Any questions so far?
No, but Brenda joined, said hello.
Hey, Brenda, good to see you. If you guys haven't seen, Brenda's been doing some cool stuff with the knives using UV resin. So I would definitely recommend you check that out. I was a little scared in your last story, Brenda, though, because I know you were offering to let the bunnies help with the unboxing, but I saw that they were knives, so I'm worried. But let me know how that went. If you guys don't know, Brenda does a lot of amazing stuff, not only with UV resin, but with bunnies. She does a lot of charitable service and charitable work with them, and she's basically a freedom fighter for those bunnies, so definitely a good person to know. All right, these are going to be dry in about 90 seconds still. So we still got some time on these. They do look really cool. Spoiler alert. I'll give you a quick little peek. They get just cooler as they get shinier, I will say. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. All right, let's see. What other questions do we have?
Not a question, but Brenda said thank you, and then she said she's gonna post unboxing in a bit. They just modeled with the box.
Excellent. That makes me feel a lot better. I did see it. I showed Danny. I was like, "What's gonna happen?"
I put a disclaimer at the bottom of the video.
No bunnies were harmed in this unboxing. I wanted to ask too, Brenda, are you doing any more lives anytime soon? I know you and Carlos were on a roll with those for a little bit. Would love to jump in some more of those. Let me know how that's going. But those are super fun. And then for those of you who don't know, we do have some things coming up. I know someone mentioned earlier that they were excited about the Craft Take Con coming up. So if you guys haven't seen it, she has it on her site. But there's a couple of fun project bags you can get. Some of the project bags have everything. Some have just MakerFlo things. Some have just other things. So it's a real variety of stuff that you can get and you can craft with. And I saw, I think, at least 4 very reputable looking influencers who were getting the boxes, and they're already starting to unbox and check them out and really make some cool things with them. So it's super neat. All right. Now, what do we think, guys? Don't those look cool?
Karina said now it does seem creepy.
See, I told you.
And then Brenda said she's gonna put that as the caption.
Yes. Now, let's dial it in a bit. Let's say we went too scary. Let's make them a little fun now. Let's make them kind of sparkly. So we still have a little bit of time left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out my little bowl here. And we're going to put a resin in here, but we're also going to add a little, like a tiny bit of glow powder, and we're going to add some glitter. So we're going to do a couple of different things with this. So first, let me get my resin pouring. Awesome. That should be enough for both of them, I think. And then we'll go ahead and put in a little bit of glitter. Now, we don't really want to change the color too much. We just want to add a little something to them. So I'll add a bit of glitter and just a dash of this glow powder. Okay. All right, so these are still going to glow. They won't glow quite as bright as our little ghosties, but they will still glow. So this is going to be neat. Let's go ahead and get this ready. Perfect. All right.
And Brenda said it reminds her of owl eyes.
Good. That was my initial intent. But yeah, I mean, it takes some time sometimes, but you can come up with some unique things for sure.
And then as far as the lives, she said she's going to reach out to him soon.
Awesome. Yeah, those were a lot of fun. I definitely joined a couple and was enjoying myself on there. Look how cool that looks already. Just adding a little bit onto there. That's neat. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more to this one. And then we'll spread that out and we'll cure them one more time. Now you will notice on the second time that you're pouring resin on something like this, how much smoother it is and how much less resin it needs. So start with less and add as you need it. So we'll go ahead and spread that out. Yeah, all of our lines are still fabulously there. And yeah, it looks a little bit less creepy and more cutesy, spooky. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm just gonna let that settle. But yeah, already much different than it was a second ago. We'll go and do the same thing to this one. And with that added glow powder, again, it's just going to give it a real nice extra touch. That's just going to be a little bit different.
So Karina said the eyes on the black background look scary.
Yeah?
And then Brenda said she's got to go feed her bunnies dinner. Have a good night.
Aw, thanks for popping in. It was good to see you. All right, but yeah. So see, now it's a little bit more cute and less creepy, right? So we'll go ahead and cure this. I'm not going to really give it time to sit. It was a much thinner layer that we did this time, so we don't really need to give it a lot of time. So I'll go ahead and just tilt that sideways so that can cure too. Awesome. And here we go. Cool. So I'm going to give that another 180 seconds. Like I said, we like to give it a little bit of extra time just to make sure that it is really nice and dry. But while that's going, I'm going to open it up to questions. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any kind of suggestions for what you'd like to see next on the next live, let us know. We have a week to prepare, so hit us with something hard so we have time to get ready for it. But yeah, we also have a page on the site as well where you can go on, check out when the lives are happening, see some past lives. You can also submit those suggestions as well. So definitely a lot of cool stuff on the site if you haven't looked recently. And then I will say one more thing I wanted to plug is the MakerFlo Pro section. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, that is a great section on the site. It does basically give you a lot of features that you wouldn't necessarily get just from buying blanks anywhere. But it has things like cell sheets. It's going to have basically like templates that you can use to really show people. So say, for instance, you've got a customer who's like, hey, this is my logo. What would it look like on one of your water bottles? So you can take that logo, pop it on a water bottle, send them a photo, and they will get a really good idea of what it will look like. Now, with engraving, it's always going to look a little different. There is no like master set engraver that's going to be the same for everything. But like say they want like just a decal on it. That you can make super realistically, and it's going to look exactly how it looks in that cell sheet. So definitely really good tools to have. If you haven't checked out the site recently, I would highly recommend you checking that out. But yeah, we've got about 80 seconds left to go on this coaster project here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely had some fun ideas today. We're going to have to make more of these, I think, soon. Maybe we'll get somebody else to make them, though. We'll see how that works. Like Jesse.
Like Jenny.
But yeah, let us know if you guys have any last minute questions. These are about to be done. So we'll check out the final look in just a moment. Who's excited about those grill sets, by the way, other than Jesse?
I actually do want one. of
I
those
actually do
presents.
too. I like grilling.
What was your guys' favorite feature about them?
The engravable handles, I guess.
Just the fact that they're a little bit flat.
Just the fact that. Never mind.
Thanks, Jesse. I like that they're flat because I think that that's one of the cooler features. So a lot of the time, like they're rounded, so it's harder for you to work on or engrave. But with these ones, they're flat right at the top so that you can actually put under engraver, get a nice steady engraving. So definitely cool. Ooh, these are just about done. You guys ready for the final reveal? Let's see. All right, here we go. So let's look at these little spooky eyeballs that are all nice and glittered. You can't see them from over there. Jesse, you help me with this?
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. We added glitter. We added glow in the dark powder. We have some really creepy little eyeball coasters, and let's see if they work.
And then if they said, Jesse, yes, come to the front.
Look at that,
Jesse.
it works. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed making these with us today. Definitely a different little project. We wanted to bring you something creative and fun that we haven't done a lot of, and really show you how to mix those different, arts together. So thank you again for joining us. We had a lot of fun on this live. We'll be back on Tuesday next week with some more, and hopefully we'll see you there. Anything else from you guys? Danny, Jesse?
Stay crafty.
Stay crafty.